South Africa is hosting the 15th Commonwealth Regional Conference for heads of anti-corruption agencies in Africa, with the Special Investigating Unit taking the lead. The week-long conference brings together representatives from 21 countries under the theme Enhancing Inclusive Participation of State and Non-State Actors to Prevent and Combat Corruption. To unpack the significance of this gathering and what it means for the broader anti-corruption fight in Africa, I'm joined now by Karam Singh, consultant at Corruption Watch and former executive director of the organization. Karam, thank you for your time. Give us a bit of background, if you will, how whoever came about to put this conference together and what the driving ambition is.
Thanks so much. Well, I mean, I think it's important to note that South Africa is playing a leading role in many of these international anti-corruption fora. So we know that there's the Commonwealth, which is, over 100 countries, many formerly associated with, the British Empire. In Africa, we have over 20 countries that are in the Commonwealth. Most of these countries have anti-corruption commissions or certainly dedicated anti-corruption agencies. So the Commonwealth has been bringing these countries together now for this is their 15th annual conference. And it's significant that it's being hosted by South Africa in 2025. In the same year, South Africa is also chairing the G20 and recently hosted meetings of the Anti-Corruption Working Group. The theme is a broad one. It's about all of society approach to fighting corruption. So ensuring that we understand that government alone can't fight corruption. And then it's also talking about this dynamic between preventing corruption on the one hand. So what kind of good governance systems do we have in place to detect and prevent corruption? And then the issue of combating corruption, which is really where we talk about investigations, prosecutions, and other forms of accountability.
What unique insights, though, does South Africa bring to a conference like this? Yes, I mean, we have had commissions of inquiry that in one way or the other have been looking at several issues or aspects of corruption. But what unique insights do we, as South Africa, bring into a forum like this?
Thanks. I mean, I think there are a variety of potential insights that South Africa can bring. I mean, I understand that as a society, and certainly within civil society, the deep frustration that we all feel about corruption and about the fact that it doesn't feel like we're winning the fight against corruption. Despite that, we still have a robust anti-corruption ecosystem. We have the independent directorate, which has recently been established within the MPA. Their leadership was at the conference. We have a relatively new public protector who has a clean slate and is doing good work. We have the Special Investigating Unit. We have the legacy of the Zondo Commission. So I think what South Africa brings to this is, one, I mean, particularly Judge Zondo will address the conference tomorrow, understanding the legacy of state capture, understanding the challenges South Africa went through to uncover state capture, and now this next chapter that we're in, which is pushing for accountability for those responsible for state capture. But I think broadly the model upon which the SIU has been built, a kind of multidisciplinary model to doing forensic investigations, a focus on data forensics and data analytics, a focus on cyber forensics, and increasingly understanding the role that AI can play in terms of doing complex commercial forensic investigations. This is what I see as the agenda and the issues that'll be under discussion. The conference just started today, so it'll be running, running this whole week.
I mean, given that array of agencies, some of which you just referred to, I mean, is there a particular reason why the SIU is taking the lead and not the other agencies or Chapter 9 institutions?
Yeah. That's a good question. I mean, the SIU has also been the lead agency in terms of chairing the anti-corruption working group of the G20. We have something called the National Advisory Commission Against Corruption, the NACAC, which is a recommendation out of the National Anti-Corruption Strategy. And one of their proposals, or one of their mandate, is to look at the issue of the institutional architecture and the fact that, since the dissolution of the Scorpions, we have not had a dedicated anti-corruption agency in South Africa. In lieu of having that agency, the SIU has been really one of the most prominent anti-corruption bodies we have in the country. It's got sound leadership. It's got a great track record in terms of its investigations. The work it's been doing at the Special Tribunal has been so important in terms of issues of asset recovery. But I think the question still needs to be asked. I mean, the SIU is carrying a burden which may be beyond its original intent, the original intent in terms of when it was created and the statute which created it. So I think in terms of reviewing, is our anti-corruption architecture appropriate and fit for purpose? We do need to go back and look at the SIU Act, the SIU mandate, and ensure that it has the right funding and the right capacity to do the various things that we're asking it to do.
Karam Singh, thank you very much for your time and insights as a consultant, but also the former executive director of Corruption Watch.